Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama. Today we're having a look at the fourth story contained within the Thomas & Friends Annual for 2001. This story is called The Good Old Days. Duke is the oldest of the narrow gauge railway engines. He's good and kind and likes to help the younger engines by giving them advice. He keeps them in their place too, but in a very kind way. Thomas always stops for a chat when he sees Duke. He likes to hear his stories about what the railway used to be like when Duke was new. Duke calls those times the good old days. One day, Duke was telling Thomas about when he used to pull very heavy quarry wagons. When Gordon the big express chuffed past at top speed, Thomas said, "Beep, beep. Hello, fat face." "Really, Thomas," said Duke. "You shouldn't talk to a senior engine like that. In my day, the younger engines weren't as cheeky as you are. They knew their place. The work we did was very hard, and we didn't have time for fun and mischief, not like you youngsters today. There were rules for everything, and we all had to obey them. We had to work together and help each other, and we had to do just as we were told, or else." "Beep," said Thomas. "I don't like the sound of that. It sounds like the bad old days. I think it's better now, without so many rules and things. I do work very hard on my branch line, you know, Duke, and I'm never late. But I like to have some fun too." "You can have fun without being cheeky," said Duke. "I'm going to have some fun on Sunday. I'm going to pull the special picnic train up to the lake. The summer visitors love it." "Beep." "I know all the very best places for picnics." "Phew," said Thomas. "It's a tough run up to the lake, Duke, uphill all the way. The track is very steep. Will you manage it?" "Beep, beep, beep. Of course I will," said Duke. "I may be getting old, young Thomas, but I've still got plenty of steam in my boiler. I can still show the young engines a thing or two about pulling trains." When Thomas steamed into the yard on Saturday afternoon, he was surprised to see Duke standing in the repair shed. "Hello, Duke," he said. "Is something wrong?" Duke looked very sad and sorry for himself. "It's my old valves, Thomas," he said. "They're leaking and the steam is escaping." "Don't worry," said Thomas. "The men will mend you. You'll be as good as new in a day or so." "I know," said Duke, "but I won't be able to pull the picnic train tomorrow." "Beep." "I'd pull it for you," said Thomas. "But I can't pull trains on the narrow gauge lines." "It's very kind of you," said Duke, "but if you pulled my train, it would break the rules too. It's not allowed. It's my job to pull the picnic train. The trip will have to be cancelled." "But think of how disappointed the visitors will be when they can't go for a picnic," said Thomas. "Can't we change the rules, just this once? There must be another engine who can help." Duke smiled. "Well, perhaps we could break the rules just this once, as long as you find a reliable, sensible engine to take over, Thomas," he said. "I won't let just any engine pull my train." "Rheneas would look after the passengers well," said Thomas, "but he breaks down a lot. Duncan could do the job, but he thinks he does too much work already. Sir Handel learned a lot from you, Duke, but he can be bad-tempered." Thomas thought hard. "Beep," he said. "I've got it. Peter Sam can pull the picnic train. I know he teases you about being old, Duke, but he thinks you've got a fine old engine, really. He's happy and kind, and he works hard and never ever grumbles. He's just the engine we need." Peter Sam was glad to help. He made a very good job of pulling the picnic train up to the lake. When he got back, Duke and Thomas were waiting for him outside the repair shed. "I've got new valves," Duke told Peter Sam. "I'm as good as new again. Thank you for pulling my train." "I was pleased to help," said Peter Sam. "Thank you for your help too, Thomas," said Duke. "It was nothing," said Thomas. Duke smiled. "You two young engines have shown how we should all work together and help each other," said Duke. "It's great, just like the good old days." That brings us to the end of the fourth story contained within the Thomas & Friends Annual for 2001. I really hope that you enjoyed listening along with me today, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, share with a friend, why not? You could even check you're subscribed if you want to hear future stories like this one. And other than that, have a great day.